Now, both teams, they usually typically like to have a person sitting on that top ledge where you kind of see physics is in the distance.
Oh, yeah.
Having a player in that position, you're able to shoot down, get angles on your opponent, also protect that B hill as well. Since we saw on the Space Station side, they gave up that power position. That guy is just free to cross it however much he wants because nobody's in a position to contest him.
Oh, and the latest pickup for Space Station Gaming, Jack gets taken out by Fractures. He gets caught up in a 1v1, but Fractures, he wants more blood. Full red, he's running away. He's unable to save himself. He gets down, but a double kill comes from Craze, taking out reaction and drone goes. But Phelpsy looking for the 1v1. He's unable to do so. Space Station Gaming having a bit of a fight right now, taking out 3 players from Lucent, but it seems pretty close. Crimp, full red, is running away. We're going to see if he can recharge his health a little bit. He's going to shoot for his team. But one thing I like about this Space Station pickup with Jack Blaze, I spoke with Phelpsy earlier on today. I said, what makes him so good for your team? Why is he so much different than March? He said straight up, hey, he plays for his teammates. He shoots for us. We're able to do more on the map because of him. But also, his slaying skill is so underrated. We saw at the finals against this very team, Lucent Esports, recently double kill after double kill. He's kind of like the European version of Cal in that sense, and he's been doing extremely well for this roster.
Hey, if the roster change is able to make this team, you know, get a higher place to the next event, if it's able to help them get that first place finish and what they've been looking for, and what they've been in striking distance for the last few events, if they can achieve that, then it's definitely a great pickup. You know, I'm starting to see how it is kind of changing up their gameplay a little bit in this one. But as you see, you're gonna have Jack. He's able to get one. He's staying alive. Actually, he goes down. Krim is coming in to help, but he falls as well. The Cougars, and now that B hill will go into control of Lucent. But over here on the flip side of the map, you got Craze.
Daddy Craze
trying to make some plays, try to control both these home hills as well. Now, folks, we're still in round number 1. You got Lucent with a slight lead in this one. I do believe Space Station, Lucent with the slight lead, and I think they can come back. Yes, they can, with just having 2 hills under their control. So Space Station, they're gonna have to spring into action and get this B hill very soon, because at this point, I do believe the C hill is gonna be out of play.
Hydron with 3 kills at the top with 183 points over 172. Things looking pretty good for Space Station Gaming at the moment, but they need to capture another hill because Lucent Esports, they're going to be able to catch up if they maintain the 2-hill lead. And as I say that, 3 players fall for Lucent, 2 hills currently being taken over by Space Station Gaming, and the kills are up. God Blaze, domination coming through. It looks like the first round is going to go to Space Station Gaming.
Yeah. Space Station Gaming coming out swinging, and they do manage to close that one towards the end of the round.
That was a good round.
Yeah, it definitely, it really was. You see it during your scoreboard, you know, Craze leading the top of the leaderboard, 4 kills, 4 downs. You love to see that type of production out of them. You know, because you got to give credit to those downs too as well, because you don't know if you know if those are kills in which he's cleaned up or not, because technically it can kind of be like 8 kills in which he's contributed to, you know. Yeah. 4 kills which was chunks, 4 others that was down that kind of led to
I think so if you look at the points. Yeah.
But let's see in this one, so we will have the Botox drop. You know, I agree with it. Let's see if anybody wants to pick it up off the rip. Yep, both teams will pick it up, but Lucent is going to be a little bit late to the fight. So when you kind of look at that mini map, you just see how close that other blue dot was to top tables, and so they have to kind of slow down, wait for everybody to get in position. Yes. So, but you see Space Station, they're slowly starting to get in position now. And
putting out Botox fire, he gets Craze down across the map. Physics running in, 1 kill, 4 downs. He's trying to pick up the 2nd kill. Craze gets up and with a shot get out. He misses his first shot. It gets taken out by Craze, but Craze, he's going for a double cut to one, but Fractures. He sees Zorko's in need of help. He whips out his pistol, offers some shots, and he lives to fight another day. No, Zorko gets down. He's going to get taken out as well. So Lucent Esports on the defensive end, Space Station Gaming being as aggressive as usual. So Fractures, Cougars alive, guarding this back end area for this team.
I forgot which player that was in Lucent that kind of rushed for that kill.
He didn't need to.
I'm not mad at it, because maybe if he hits those up A's and he doesn't miss that shot, he lands that kill and he guarantees his team in a 2v1 situation. So I actually thought he was going to be able to make it over in enough time, but we were starting to see that his proper play should have been just helping his teammate and isolating that quick 2v1 and then isolating another 2v1 right after. But Physics gets in the hill and they will be able to decap this one. Still a close game, folks, and now Physics, he's going to find one on the stick, but he's not able to do nothing about
Phelpsy.
it because Phelpsy is absolutely smashing today. Picking up a quick double. Let's see if he can keep up that momentum.
Phelpsy with the nice triple kill. Cougars in a situation I wouldn't call ideal, because taken out by Craze, and Zork goes on the defense against Hydrone. Hydrone doesn't care. He has to back up in Phelpsy. They're going to go for the triple cap. They're going to back up just a tad bit. They have the point advantage, 2 hills to 1, and taking away every point as possible that you can from Lucent Esports, catapult them to the W more and more by the second. But taking a look at the overhead map, you see cockpit control all under Spacestation Gaming. Basically map control under Spacestation Gaming. Lucent Esports, they're going to have to be aggressive. As you see, they're going for the triple cap. But you know what, Blaze? Reaction this time, I want to see some more aggressiveness from players like Reaction and Cougars.
Yeah, when it comes down to Reaction and Cougars, I want them to efficiently use their wall bounce to get themselves in better situations. And but you know, they're gonna have to start just picking it up towards these late rounds and helping close it out. But you know, Jack, you see him looking to put in that work, and now as you look at the hill advantage, it's going to be, you know, a 2-to-1 hill advantage in favor of Spacestation. They also have a lead, and we're approaching a late game situation. So Reaction is going to have to get over towards the other end of the map to help decap that home hill. Also, at the same time, he needs to defend his and have faith that his teammates can get the B hill as well. But the kills need to start going in the way of Lucent if they want to have a chance at this round. So I think it may be too little too late.
That was a beautiful bait and switch. Reaction and teammate, they ran up. Their Reaction started the fight, got for red, got away, and had his teammate pick that up. Great teamwork on that end, but Jack picking up a double kill on Cougars, and Zork goes, what can Jack not do? Physics trying to make a move, but it's too little too late. 2-10. Spacestation Gaming picks up their second round. Lucent Esports are going to have to look for something. One thing about this map that I like a lot, it requires a lot of team skill. That dynamic is going to be extremely important on this map. We're going to need to see a lot of team fire. Dennis from Ghost Gaming, he said it best today. No matter how good you are, you're going to have to show up with your team. And without your team, you're not going to be successful on this map.
Yeah, you really do. You have to have that teamwork, Vel. And it's so key, especially on a map like this. So one thing that I loved a lot in which Spacestation did was kind of putting that boom shot on the tail end of the map. You get that boom shot on the tail end, I feel like that opens up a lot better. It opens up better fights for both teams.
Yeah.
It's a big team fight for tail. You win at those engagements, you're easily able to get both home hills. Just leave the B hill to a 1v1 fight. And I do believe that this map is going to end up translating into that over the next 2 rounds. But as we see, both teams fighting for control over B, fighting for control over those power weapons. Phelpsy, like I said before, absolutely smashing folks, all right? Picking up another triple kill, and that's going to be 4 down for the side of Lucent.
Let's not give Phelpsy all the credit here. As he said earlier to me, Jack plays for his team. Jack whipped out the pistol, was downing players left and right, and domination's coming through. I'm sorry, but Spacestation Gaming, they're making this look easy. Phelpsy picks up another kill. I believe he's 4-0 in this round alone. 5 seconds left. Phelpsy here to stop anybody trying to break this hill, and he's able to do so for now, but he's going to run away full red. Domination was
He's got to make a decision on who he wants to help, because at first I thought Krim was a little bit too far up, but he was able to assist with the kill over on that B side. They got the down, made sure they got that hill capped and put themselves in a good position. Now I kind of said that the map was going to kind of translate to that boom shot being on that tail end, but if it's Lucent who's having to make all these weapon selections, not sure. It looks set up that way. I feel like this is a European style meta, and I'm right? The entire region, they love to play this map this way, and that's why I like watching them play it compared to North American teams.
One thing I want to see with Lucent, I'm looking at their pushes, they look a bit unorthodox. They're running in there, sometimes it looks a little, I would say, desperate.
Yeah.
If they took their time, a la Optic Gaming or Echo Fox, actually, you know, challenge numbers the right way rather than running in a decap just to die afterwards, they might have more success. This team, they can play for each other. This team, they can't slay out of their mind. They just need to bring it together, and those are the hard-fought challenges that you have as a new team in this game. But fight night after fight night, you learn to get better. But shout out to Jack, double kill. Zork goes, picks up the boom shot, oh baby! He gets 3 kills while taking out himself. Absolutely huge for this Lucent Esports roster, but can it capitalize? 4 down for Spacestation Gaming, and Cougars is left alive as well for Lucent.
All right, let's see. You're going to have Cougars looking to get some shots in. He's making sure he's locking down his B hill. But with so many kills being traded off, neither team able to get in a position, especially for a home hill setup with those booms being used. So the positive coming out for Lucent was that they got boom
map control.
They got map control, right? They're just waiting for that one player to come off respawn and cap their home hill. Now we're going to go back to the kind of same fights that we had over the first 2 rounds for the next minute and a half until that boom starts to respawn and teams having to rotate out to the opposite side of the map. And it looks like Spacestation, they saw the setup early on. You see Felty with the long-range Botox shot, but the team fire from Lucent. Cougars, Zorko, can you get one?
Okay.
He helps out.
He stays alive.
That's the most important part, and he stopped. They stopped as a unit to push from Spacestation Gaming from home hill to home hill. So that actually worked out in their favor. Now, Zorko knows when that next boom is going to be up. Currently, we're almost under a minute to that weapon is going to be spawned up on the map. But he's going to lose that map position. That was a big fight in which Jack won because now these guys are going to be set up for the boom shot as soon as it comes up. Physically, slowly try to inch his way down towards the tail end of the map.
Yeah, 14 kills, 6 downs for Jack. Spacestation Gaming's latest pickup. You know, some people had doubts about it, me being one of them, but hey, right now they're telling me to, you know, shut up and learn, shut up and listen because Jack is going absolutely off. Hydrone picks up the incense. Now, with the score of 120 to 80, advantage for Lucent Esports. The boom shot pickup was extremely important, but now they're capitalizing on it. If they continue to hold the map and retain map control, then they're going to be in great shoes. So, with reaction, his aggressive play style, he's looking to make a move, and he sees his teammate in 1v1, but by dodging Lancer fire, he was going to go help out. Now he's being pinched. He's in the sandwich between Craze and one more. But on board with Zorko's 13 kills, one of the most underrated players in his European nation. With the boom shot, ooh, big win, big win.
Yeah,
That's something you don't want to do,
Zorko.
Zorko.
Towards the top end of the map. But he's going to be able to get that kill for his teammate. Now, this is a big round for Lucent. This is a high respawn round as well. He has one boom shot in his back pocket. But just based off his positioning, I can tell that the turtle is going to start to come in for Lucent. And I'm kind of worried about him. But that's, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm not a fan of turtling, but that is just my own predilection. And we'll see what happens because he has one boom to use.
You're going to play to win or you're going to play to not lose?
I would have rather them use that boom shot. They secured a kill and also at the same time Spacestation is spread out. So they were able to push out this side of the map and they do know where these other 2 players are trapped. Should be able to close out this round. That's exactly what they're going to do. Lucent is finally going to get another one on the board.
And with 10 more seconds left in order to maintain the, in order to capture the first round in this map. Looks like they're about to do so. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and there you have it. Lucent Esports finally on the board. 1-3. So Spacestation Gaming, they're going to have to put down the weapon now. We have boom shot down. We have incense down. What are we going to see here? I'm thinking we're going to see... Actually, you're good at this, Blaze.
You know what? When it comes down to this, at this point, you're going to have to either start looking towards mid-map. Maybe you want to take out the secondaries, put something in favor for your team, because it's going to be the first time Spacestation Gaming has been able to kind of select towards these spots. But I do believe the only next weapon selection that was open was mid-map, and they're just going to choose to block it. They already have a set of nades over there on the other side. That's going to be a 1v1 area, so you don't want to have 2 sets of nades where it makes a confusing fight for both those 1v1 players. They both know that, hey, if we want a nade, we got to go as far to the top of the cockpit as we can to fight for those incense rather than them splitting off. Because at that point, you're going to have to always kind of fight for those nades down low, just because they'll be the closest to impacting the big fight that's happening at boom currently.
And here we are, big smoke nade out. The Jack runs in. Also aggressive, takes out Fractures. Reaction picks up the incense, but Felty on the hunt picks up 1 kill. Boom shot in his sights. It looks like Spacestation Gaming might have advantage to go ahead and pick this up. Yes, Felty picks up the boom shot for red, but he's going to be okay. Physics runs away. Now with the intel gathered from Spacestation Gaming, this is where they're going to be aggressive. The 3v1 situation, no problem. Fractures, last one alive. He is the support player on his Lucent Esports roster, so he's not that big of a threat. He gets taken out with a boom shot. 2 seconds left, and Spacestation Gaming up 4-1.
They respond right away, put another round on the board. And that was the quick one. Once again, it comes down to that kind of boom fight, right? But that's the beauty about having that boom kind of placed down especially towards the later ends of these rounds, because you get more structure for these teams. All right, and which is super important, because it's a lot of things, it's a lot of moving pieces going on at the map. Several different fights going on. The comms sometimes being very, very hectic in these big matches, where that you have a boom shot. Everybody understands the focus. Everybody understands the goal. So you start to see a lot more dominations out of rounds like those, as we saw with Space Station in the previous round. So you're going to see Lucent going to replace the boom shot output, drop shot, still a powerful weapon. Whoever gets that should be able to end the round a few seconds later. As long as they use that teamwork and shoot for each other, make the proper rotations. First blood going in the hands of Space Station Gaming, and now Zorko is going to be able to get the down, but they need the cleanup. And there you go, Fractures coming in, making a play, being the helper which his team needs. That's going to be 3 down now. You got to drop shot. You got to worry about Crim and Co as well. Cougar's main job is to stay alive. Wait for the drop shot to come. Make sure you mark this player as well. If you mark him, the drop shot can help you. There you go. But it just needs to be capped up. But they can't cap it. And that was a great instant by Crim to extend the round. The question is, can he accomplish it? Can his team spawn up and get the home hill?
He held up so much time for his teammates to go ahead and make a play, but that might...
Drop shot?
No, it helped. It definitely helped. The drop shot only picked up 1 kill. Zorko, 17 kills now with a huge power weapon in his hands, but Spacestation Gaming was able to fight on to live and see another day.
They didn't see it coming, right?
No.
And that was, you got to give big credit to Crim for extending around.
It was genius.
Using that instant properly. But if they use that drop shot correctly and got a mark on that guy as soon as possible, if I get those kills and I'm the drop shot, I'm firing drop shots from the middle of the map over to each side of those covers and forcing that, either I'm going to kill them or force them to come out that cover, put some damage in so my teammate can win this 1v1 a lot quicker than what, you know, how that whole situation played out. At that point, you would have had the domination.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to be able to assess your situation and always make the perfect play, which is not easy to do.
Take up that knowledge. Cougars with the bow talk. Gameplay going to slow down just a bit. You see Jack on the other end. He has eyes on Cougars. Cougars, 8 kills, 4 downs. Down 1-4 against the Space Station Gaming roster. A team that you cannot play too passive against. And with the drop shot spawning pretty soon, definitely less than a minute, we're going to see which setup is going to prosper in the standstill. You have a 1v1 face-off over by Cocktail, which is now going to turn into a 1v2. Zorko seems to hurry up and help out his teammate as the instant goes down, chases his teammate away, and with that split-second decision and that throw, that 2v1 map control went straight to Space Station Gaming. Reaction's been called out, but nice Kobe. Hydron takes out Zorko with a nice instant reaction. Getting angled out. He's going to run away, try to angle up just a tad bit. He's able to do so, but Space Station Gaming as aggressive as usual, running in for the kill. Cougars gets the kill, but doesn't mean anything as the drop shot is picked up, and now we're going to see the aggressive side of Space Station Gaming.
There you go. They're going to have drop shot in hand. Going to be looking to get rid of some of these players on the hill. They're going to miss 2 back-to-back now, but they put themselves in good positions. The question is, how many more drop shots do they have? Still didn't get another kill with that drop shot. He has 1 left, and there you go. Fracture is going to get caught out. And now, just a few more players left. They can't get it in the hill.
Too strong.
Just too strong.
Too
dominant. Space Station Gaming got 5-1 in this one, and you know, it was a good job. But that's the thing is about a map like Impact. If you give up too much control and too many players die off the rip, then you're forced to having to fight that open fight on top of your home hill. And with that drop shot or any power weapon that just goes boom in general, it's going to be hard to defend that. But that's the only hill in which you can defend. And everybody knows that. So if 4 people die, they know that, all right, it's about to be a big team fight on that home hill to decide who's going to end up taking this round.
I want to say Jack's MVP of this map so far. The difference in initials between these 2 rosters, you see Lucent Esports, they want to go head-to-head. Space Station Gaming on the other hand, they put Jack in positions. As you see now, he's going to pull out the pistol or his Lancer, and he's going to offer support for his teammates. That's what helps out his team in these initial rounds. But Fractures learned. After that happening so many times, he ran up, got the easy chunk. So, in a 1v2, we're going to see what Fractures can do with a pistol out from Craze in a 1v1. Oh, he's not going to do much. He gets down easily by Craze, and he gets taken out. So 2 down for Lucent Esports, only 1 down for Space Station Gaming. They have eyes on Reaction's Cougars across the map. E-Hill is going to be there as they offer support. Reaction gets taken out by the twin Lancer, and Cougars gets taken out shortly by Jack.
All right.
Jack is going off.
Yeah, you know, he is. He's definitely having a good game. This is his debut performance on Fight Night.
This is his first time.
Yeah, this is his first time. Well, no, actually,
with the team. He's been
yeah, on
here
this
before,
team, yeah, I think he's definitely been here before.
But it's a hell of a game so far for him.
All right, let's see in this one. So far, you got a 2-hill advantage in favor of Spacestation Gaming. It's kind of first our overhead map. You're seeing them kind of stack towards that bottom end of the map. You know, this is going to be our first round in the second half as well. So no power weapons are going to be on the board either. And so both teams is using the weapons in which they got. And you're starting to see Lucent group up with his home hill, but the angle in which Grim has is so devastating to the push.
This is where you make a fight. You don't stall.
This is where you're just annoying. You let your teammates know that these guys are all weak. They're hurt. They're bringing the pressure. You just got to find the angles. You just need some help from your teammates. Grim is like, yo, I'm in a good spot. But he needs to ask himself, should I switch it up a little bit and kind of bring out my shotgun in the situation since I'm the closest in the action? But they're just working together, using that Lancer fire. They're keeping the pressure, but also they're causing chaos. Yeah. You know, they're showing right now to Lucent why, you know, this is the big leagues.
Oh yeah, with them capping their own home hill, D is in possession of Space Station Gaming along with Hill Out, so with a 2-1 advantage and the score of 140 to 118. Space Station Gaming, they're looking primed to pick up their 6th win right now by Hydrone. Running around the map, 13 kills, 11 downs, a player that can do it all. Slay, support, what is there that he can't do? Puts out some lance fire, but the E-Hill is going to go to Space Station Gaming, so Hydrone all by himself, no threat in sight.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine on this side of the map. You see all 4 of those blue outlines on the other side of the map. It's Lucent.
He can do a nasty
getting super aggressive to push across. They want this home hill set up. But the thing is that by the time Lucent fights the fights and can get it, they're gonna need somebody over there at the E-Hill. You know, and on that side of the map, Hydrone is just chilling.
How long?
I think Hydrone is. Yo, can we go to Hydrone for a second? Because I think he's just over there. Yep.
He relaxes.
He's just by himself. He's gonna have this 1v1, and he's like, cool story, bro. Cool story. Go back to spawn.
Get the strap, and he pulled out the shotgun. All right. So,
but the D hill and the F hill on both home hills aren't giving up. Just Lucent.
That's it.
Can't be in too many places at once.
6-1. Space Station Gaming. 2 strong. So, whatever power weapon they want to put down, I mean, it's pretty much going to go in Space Station's favor. They're pretty good off of the initials. No power weapons, no problem. No nades, no problem. You put a heavy power weapon down, that's something that Space Station Gaming specializes on. So you have to keep out for that. So with this small drop by reaction, we're going to see if this makes a difference. But like I said before, the initial is going to be oh so important. Fracture saw it last round. Jack puts himself in a position to help his teammates get those initial kills. If he's able to do that this late in the game, that's going to be it. So Fractures, I want to see him be more aggressive plays and challenge Jack for that initial push.
All right, we're going to see those enforcers get put down. And let's see, how does Lucent want to use them as well? That's what I'm curious about, because they are the ones that choose it. You know, the enforcer in close range. We don't see it a lot, especially at this level of gameplay, but it is a deadly weapon at close range. Fracture is able to get one. He's going to go down. He has some help. The flank comes through. Zorkos is there to try to save his teammate. They get some. They're going to be in position. They pick up 3 kills in a good spot.
All right, a little turnaround.
It's still a long ways to go.
I was going to say 1-6, but hey,
long
they're learning.
To go.
Learning on the fly.
Very few times in which we've seen 6-1 comebacks, you guys. And it's kind of, you know, even at, it don't matter how good of a team in which you are, it's a demoralizing scoreline in which you look at it, it's just like, yo, we might as well kind of start talking about that next match. Because the journey and the effort to come back from a scoreline like this,
it's exhausting. It's
exhausting, and you have to be perfect. And I guarantee you, if you come back from a scoreline like this, that next match, either you guys are going to be too tired or you guys are going to just be playing out of your minds.
But this is a great sign. You know, Lucent Esports, they're learning. They're learning about Space Station's gaming. Yeah, it's a little bit too late, but they haven't given up yet. I hate watching teams give up and just throwing the map away to start the next. No, Lucent Esports, they want to make a statement. Fractures pitching in with his teammates in the 3v3. Lancers out for Jack and co. But with the enforcer out.
Easy kill. And you're going to just see these guys work together, and they're going to be in position to get the home hill. This should be a Lucent round if they can hold it off. They got a few players on the other end of the match, but you got to just focus on your, hope your teammates can get that. Yeah, they're going to have to fight the 3v3 on this side. and Physics with the enforcer in hand. He picked up more ammo. Oh, no, he can't go down. He needs to recognize it and respect his
trying to get too loose. He's trying to get too loose now.
But I like it. Just let your teammates try to work the other end of the map. And you see Zorko's got a kill, so I do believe that was on the opposite home hill. So that hill should be going in their favor soon. Space Station is aware of it. They're going to push in, but if you don't use your spawn shield effectively coming off the spawn, you are hurting yourself. Yeah. So whoever comes off the spawn for Space Station, they just need to kind of straight line into this area and hope that, you know, they in position to make a play.
Here we go. This is it, Blaze. So Lucent Esports not going out without a fight. 2-6. The guys are showing some life in them.
You know, we saw how cheeky that enforcer can be in those type of situations.
That's a dope gun.
But it's just, you know, in those close range battles, and you can have a lot of close range engagements on this map, especially in the second half on the home hills. And if you have a player who constantly plays and he owns this side of the map, giving him that weapon is so influential for your team.
Oh yeah. All right. Reaction of top 8 kills, 6 down, something that we're not used to seeing from this aggressive player. But you know what, with his role, he's not always expected to have the most kills in the game. But Zorko's definitely going off as one of the biggest slayers in the game, especially from the European side. So Space Station Gaming map, excuse me, yes, map point, 6-2. One more round to go ahead and close it out here to send it over to map 2. But on board with Phelpsy, 19 kills. 14 downs. There's nothing he can do. Fractures gets taken out for the first blood. 2 down for Lucent Esports. But yet, all allowed for Space Station Gaming. Later on in the game, Blaze, it turns kind of into an execution. Spawn times rise, and you really have to value your lives this late in the game. You
really do, and these initials are everything at that point. And you're going to already see the domination come through this early on in the game. But you got these players off of Lucent. They're putting up a big fight on top of their home hill. Now Phelpsy looking to come through, cause some commotion. He's going to have some help. Even with the enforcer in hand. He almost was able to line that shot up, but Lucent lives to fight another day. That's going to be a trade-off. That's 5 players down.
The table's turned.
You do have a player in position to get this E-hill, so like I said, on a map like Impact, based off of how far these hills are, the second half can kind of slightly go the other way, but as we know, Space Station has to funnel to the home hill. Both teams notice that they're coming to this home hill. They have to break it. The question is, can they get the kills to break it? How close up are Lucent going to play? They need to be close enough to trade off these kills and work together. But I'm fearing that they're too far away, and they gave just enough room to Space Station Gaming to regain control of their home hill. And Lucent is going to currently let this round slip from their fingers.
But you know what, Blaze, it's not bad. 2-0 hill lead right now. They applied their pressure. They're able to take away points from Space Station Gaming. Now they have to stand strong. They can't be passive. They have to stand still against Space Station Gaming's aggressive pushes. If they maintain a line of fire and just a line that they can't pass at all, things are going to look good for this team.
Yeah, they really are going to look good for this team. But Lucent, you know, this round, you know, they shouldn't lose confidence just yet. Because, you know, they had it in the bag. When they go back and watch the VOD, they're going to say, yeah, we should have closed this round out a little bit sooner. But they have a lead. All right, they're still in position to get this one closed out. But now you're giving Space Station time to kind of set up, position themselves, get comfortable, and get ready for this next push. And they're going to, you know, go let Jack get down, capping the hill. Not smart. He capped it on his edge. He was in a safe range to get a quick revive coming through. And now they're forcing Lucent to come down and try to break the hill, right? A little back and forth action. The home hill for Space Station was contested, but it will be backed up, and they will have it back in their control. Now the E-hill remains neutral. This is a position in which Lucent needs to make sure they start getting some points off this hill while they can. They have these guys forced back. Maybe double up 2 in the hill to get a cap.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, you double up 2 in the hill, you hold your Lancers out, you guys focus the same targets, you guys get this hill cap, and Zorko's in reaction may, you know, regret not taking full control over this hill. They gave Space Station too much time to think. Even if they would have capped the hill and got the points for a little bit, right now the score would probably be at 190.
This is
compared
bad
to what it is now. They need to at least overextend and get both home hills in their control. And it comes down to these 2 players making the play.
This is bad, Blaze. They decided to turtle. They gave up that neutral hill, so now they only have 1 hill to hold back on. If that hill gets capped, which is what is happening right now against Space Station Gaming,
no.
Space Station Gaming can go ahead. They can get the triple cap, Blaze.
They're going to get a home hill, so they are going to get a home hill. He's not capped up just yet. This guy's by himself, so Lucent should win this round because their home hill is free for the taking. They're about to decap it soon. My fault is I say that Jack is over here being super, super sneaky, but with 2 hills in Lucent's favor, they're going to add another round to the board. Now, as I said before, 2 rounds ago, folks, I said that this comeback it's very unlikely. The scoreboard is very demoralizing
long way to go.
when you see 6-1. And I'm not saying that it can't be done. I'm just saying that it's a long journey to make a comeback from 6-1, especially in this game type.
It's not likely. I wouldn't bet on it, Vegas odds.
I wouldn't bet on it.
No.
No. Actually, you know what? I would bet on it. You know, because the odds is so in one team's favor, where that if I throw $10 down on a team I'm hoping to come back, I probably should walk away with 10K.
Oh yeah.
That's the odds of it, right? It's just the easy bet. Hell, I just be throwing it. Here go 10. Take it. If they do it, I'm rich.
The difference between these two teams, Spacestation Gaming, they win the initial. They go for the instant domination. They win around. It's guaranteed. Lucent Esports, that's something they're going to have to practice on. They're going to have to learn how to hold down that hill. They're going to have to learn to really hold their opponents by the neck whenever they win the initial and take advantage of that spawn time.
Ooh.
But Fractures gets taken out. The first blood by Jack. We know reaction. He fires back. He takes out Krim. So Zorko's two people in his way, offering support for his teammate, but with the back A and some movement. He's going to try to initiate a fight. Oh, here he goes. He wants it bad. Jack is down. He gets the kill. Headshotting Jack, pulling his way back.
Boom on the cover.
Oh, here it goes.
Okay.
What is Physics going to do?
That guy got him from mid-map, so this is an
right.
easy read, and they knew it. They knew what was going on. They recognized the situation. But I at least want to you should at least cap this home hill if you can.
You have to do it.
You got to stand in that hill as a unit together and cap it. You need to tell Physics to do it, or he needs to do it. But they're losing their opportunity on capping the hill. He's going to miss that boom.
Physics is down.
His teammate's going to have to tap up. He knows it. He's going to go down as well. He's going to say, hey, quick revive off the back. A flank comes through. Boom, shakalaka. And he takes down two of his teammates as well. Himself +1. And now, that's 3 down. Man advantage back in favor of Spacestation Gaming. But no booms are on the map.
It's like watching a scary movie. You know what's going to happen. You know the bad guys come to go ahead and kill everybody. And that's exactly what happened. Spacestation Gaming tore Lucent Esports apart with that last push, and they had the boom shot, and that's unacceptable. You have the boom shot, you have the map control, you have the numbers. What are you going to do? You can't be passive.
So I believe it was Reaction and Zorko's kind of working that position, but what happened was we saw a lot of indecisiveness after the boom was picked up because he got down, the revive needs to come through.
Yeah.
Their Hydron got the down on Jack from mid-map. But Hydron got chased away, and they had about 20 seconds there on top of that E-hill where you just got to stand, cap that hill together, back up. Now you're forcing your opponents to have to decap that or push you out. At that point, you're watching that with a boom shot, you're good. You're still keeping map control, and as long as you got that map control, the rotations of your opponents after that point,
I agree.
You can easily kind of predict them because you got to funnel them to kind of break that neutral hill if you want.
So heartbreaking. What we used to say back in days, we have the boom shot. You have the best gun in the game. Go ahead and push. Be aggressive. You have a teammate out there, let him go get the hill. He can get down. It's going to be okay. He's going to get up. But if they push for it, then the play is yours. Lucent Esports, a lot to learn here in the 2K, but that's what we're here for.
Yeah, that really is what we're here for. They just, you got to make the best of that situation. But like it was a long road for them to come back on. They got 2 rounds, but, it would have been difficult for them to close that one out. But we saw promise.
Oh, yeah, a lot of potential for this new roster for Lucent Esports. They've only been together for a little bit over a month, not even 2 months yet. So before we head over to Map 2, I want to say congratulations on your Map 1 win, Spacestation Gaming. But can they hold it up? I don't know, but before we head over, let's learn a little bit more about Spacestation Gaming.
Our team dynamic it's very strong. We're a very aggressive team. We haven't got fear to the top American teams. We all treat them the same. A lot of teams, like top American teams versus other teams, might play a little bit scared. They might do rotations that they don't normally do. We're different to that. We play our game instead of playing into their game. It's definitely a great motivation to have the EU supporting us. Bringing that trophy on to EU, I feel like more EU teams maybe compete, trying to scrim us more. I definitely feel it'd be a massive confidence boost for the rest of EU.
What he said in that video is going to become quite literal on this map, damn. You know why? If you think about, damn, what are the best teams that you think about on that map? You think about Spacestation Gaming. Whenever they put a boom shot down, they play their way, and you don't have a choice but to play their game. And that's why I feel like this might be a 2-0.
Yeah, it might be. Spacestation Gaming, one of the biggest tools in their arsenal is how they play on a map like Down. When they have to play against top North American teams, this is one of their go-tos, one of their bread and butters, a map in which they perfected. Now, both teams, Lucent, this is their map pick, so they said, hey, we don't care what Spacestation Gaming is going to do. This is one of our better maps as well. So this is about to be a slugfest. It's about to be a bloodbath, and we're going to see how clear that water is going to be coming out the dam.
I feel good about Lucent. You know why? Map 1, you know, Lucent's a new team. That map required a lot of team fire.
Yeah.
Something that Lucent is still learning. They're learning right now, growing pains.
Yeah.
But this map, they're able to be as aggressive as ever. Reaction, I want us to keep the camera on him as much as possible. On this map, Reaction goes wild. He's able to run around with his shotgun out and do what he does best ever since Gears 1, and that's slay.
That is slay. It really is. But like it is slay, because the thing is, especially with Reaction, is that that's one of the, you know, he has a whole shot named after him, right? He is, you know, he's an animal on the field, but also at the same time, he is the team leader and the IGL for this team as well. So it's a lot of things in which he has to do, and a lot of responsibilities in which he leaves up to the rest of his teammates, and that's something that good IGLs do, making sure you give out the proper responsibility. Make sure you hold your players accountable as well at the same time.
Yes.
And, you know, this Lucent team, you know, they have a lot of struggles when it comes down to the language barrier, because they primarily speak 3 different languages.
Yes, they've been doing better lately.
Yeah, exactly. It's Spanish, French, and English, all right? But the whole team primarily speaks English.
Yeah.
So, you know, as time goes on, this team's going to be getting better based off how the communication gets better as well.
Yes.
And that's something kind of how we saw with Identis when he moved over to Ghost Gaming. You know, his English still was not perfect, but he had a team who speaks English, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
this is better than Rosetta Stone.
But exactly. But yeah, you know, his team speaks English.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of slang used on that team.
Big time.
And it's a lot of different call-outs. But it was just something in which he had to learn. But as his English got better, his position and his roles got better on the team.
Absolutely
and
right.
he started performing better, right?
Yes.
So that's something, especially with Gears Esports being as international as it is, you may run into those situations, and I'm not mad that we are running into those situations, to be honest, you know. Hell, we got San Diego coming up, and we're going to be having some of the best Gears Award players in the world.
Can't wait.
Coming through, all right? Hey, if you guys don't got your tickets, hey, make sure you get them, okay? Because the 2v2 is about to be lit.
It's going to be stupid,
It really is.
$10,000.
I ain't going to hold you up. If you don't see me on the casting schedule for like the first 6 matches Saturday morning, and you see a weird guy
we'll know why
in a hoodie, a big guy in a hoodie, is not Dwayne Johnson. Okay, it is just, you know, somebody, just a big Gears fan who wants to play some 2v2.
Oh, big time. But heading into map 2, the keys of victory, something I really want to see from this Lucent Esports squad, in terms of growth. I want to see physics and fractures really pick it up on the slang end. As support players, they're great. They play for their teammates. They make sure everyone's full red around the map. But when it comes to those head-to-head fights, those group fights, that's something I really want to see them be more aggressive with. Zorkos could definitely do a reaction. Forget about it. But those other players, I really want to see them go all out on this map right here to take it to tiebreaker. Blaze, who do you have your money on? Map predictions.
It's gonna be difficult for Lucent to pull it out. My money is gonna have to go to Spacestation Gaming.
All right.
Only because the fact is that I feel like Lucent, they're getting to that point, you know, where they kind of they're getting into striking distance to taking the crown away from Spacestation Gaming. I just feel like they still have a ways to go. But this map is gonna tell me a lot. You know, this is the first time I got to see both these teams play post EGL. So a lot of things were learned from that event for both these rosters. So let's see what Lucent wants to show us.
I'm feeling Lucent. I'm going to say Lucent takes this map 7-5. All right, but with reaction, one of the first stars ever in Europe for Gears of War. One guy that can do it all. Cougars with the first blood taking, Cougars taking out Krim. Phelpsy being the first blood, and here goes the kills. Hydron picks up the first kill for Spacestation Gaming, but reaction with the aggressive flank takes out the other Jack, and he's on the move to capture the B hill. But with Craze in his sights, he's gonna look to make a difference, gets it down, helps physics get a double kill, taking out both Hydron and Craze. And Lucent starting off absolutely well so far here on map 2.
Yeah, no, they really are doing great, you know, especially to start off, you know. You're going to see these guys with a 2-hill advantage in their favor. And now, so especially to break this B hill early on is just going to be difficult, especially when a team fortifies. You guys always hear me preach in which you have to kind of make sure you control the opposite area of the map where that neutral hill is not located. In this case, it's that boom pit on the other side. Control that. The quickest way to get your opponents to break their setup is to attack their home hill from a different angle, force those players off. And that's what we're starting to see, you know, Spacestation Gaming do. That's why Zorkos is kind of outmanned. He was guarding this area of the map, but he wasn't able to escape in time before reinforcements came.
All right, Cougars. Nothing much he can do. He's going to back up back to his C-Hill. Physics currently getting pushed. He gets down. Lancer fire coming from all angles. His Craze pushes in with high drone. We're not going to see a kill yet, but Spacestation Gaming, they're doing what they do best. They're going to make sure Lucent Esports is in one contained area before they go in for the triple cap if needed, but it might not be the case here. Being down 115 to 133, they're actually able to come back with their 2-1 lead, but with Lancer Fire down, Cougars full red, and here goes the team fight.
This should be their fight. He
downs his teammate. He downs his teammate. Cougars downs his teammate. Hydrone takes out Physics. Craze dies along with Hydrone. 2 team kills in that exchange. But Jack, trying to make the most of it with his movement, unable to get away, and gets taken out 4 down for Spacestation Gaming.
Feels bad, brother, if you're a Spacestation Gaming fan. You know, that's going to be, you know, they could have pulled that one away. But, hey, it was a good attempt. But, you know, from the get-go, that fight should have went Lucent's way. Yeah. They had the angles, they had the down, they had the right-hand advantage. So, in the end, they do close it out with the confidence of Fractures. Maybe a little bit too overzealous, maybe a little bit too fierce at the same time as well, because he's going to get cut down right away. Now, you're going to see Reaction trying to hold off this B-Hill, knowing that his team can come back if they have the 2-hill advantage. He got it down. Quick read coming out as well, but this is still a 2v2 fight. Hydrone finds 2. He needs to find 1 more, but he can't get it done. Tie game.
I like it, Blaze.
In the last few seconds, Lucent comes out winning the first round.
I like it, Blaze. Like I said, Fractures has to go off. Physics, I want to see him do more. Cougars, we know what he's about, but Lucent takes round 1. Spacestation Gaming, let's see what they're going to go ahead and put down. You know, the Gears of War fanatic in me wants them to put down the boom shot immediately and just fight for that. But we're going to see if that's on their mind.
All right, let's see.
They X'd out the pumping station.
All right, yeah, which is going to be smart. Mainly because one thing that we see a lot of people do, especially once they try to run away from the boom fight in pit, their counter is saying, hey, you know what? Let's put a trap shot on the other end of the map. So we already know Spacestation Gaming, they're completely okay with fighting for the boom pit in the first 3 rounds of the game, right? In the first half, even though that neutral hill isn't on platform. So blocking out the pumping station is going to make sure you're able to gear that fight towards that area of the map. Especially, you know, especially if Lucent, you know, keep winning rounds. You know, in the next round, hey, you could just kind of put it down early on, but we'll see what happens.
This is a whole new team.
Yeah.
Cougars taking out players. Phelpsy, Krim on respawn, Jack on respawn. The initials compared to map 1 is all going in Lucent Esports' favor. And with the domination counter starting, Hydrone's going to have to make a play. Full red, he's unable to do so. Hydrone taking out Craze, taking out Lucent Esports, looking like a brand new roster right now. Phelpsy on the spawn, finding a 1v1, trying to extend around for his teammates as the last one alive along with Jack. Phelpsy gets a kill on Fractures. Hydrone respawns, and here we are, Spacestation Gaming on the push to go ahead and regain map control.
All right, let's see. Now, you're going to be on board with Phelpsy, trying to get some shots in. You see Spacestation Gaming, no heals under their control, trying to break this B setup. But I'm liking the fortification from Lucent. You see, they're going to have a player deep as well. So that makes, you know, you get yourself in angles where players have long distances to even get in striking distance, to even get in chunk range for you. Yeah. That way, because theoretically they should be taking more damage the further they have to get to you, right? But also at the same time, you don't want to get in no power positions. Now, I feel like where Crazy is located, I currently think that's kind of a power position in a sense, only because it gives them a comfortable place to sit up, get their health back, and also be annoying with those Lancers. So you're going to see, they're going to have an angle with their right hand and kind of move through and clean up this hill as well. So they're going to get 2 easy kills. But the question is, can Craze finish off the last 2? And if there's anybody on the Space Station roster that can do it, it's definitely him. And as he, watching his back, he knows that he has, he's going to get the up A.
Why is he still alive?
He's going to actually force his player to back up so he's still keeping control over this area of the map. And you just see how hard it is to take him down. He said, hey, I'm going to make sure I just decap this. He knows this guy is weak. He's scrambling. He says, hey, big boy, you can't run that way. Okay, nothing. You can't go that direction. There is no way out. You cannot run away from this shotty.
But Blaze, look how long that fight lasted. The whole time they had a 2-to-1 hill advantage. The score is now 173-97. So in order for Spacestation Gaming to win this game, they have no choice but to get a triple cap. But if any team in this scene can do it, it's Spacestation Gaming. They're able to do so. They're aggressive. They love the team fights. They love to be in your face. And this is what we see right now. Going for the triple cap. Just like that, Spacestation Gaming has 3 more seconds on the clock. Can they do it? Zorko is fighting back. Business runs in, gets a kill on Krim. 2 down for Spacestation, but all 4 players left.
And you see how they were behind. Can Spacestation Gaming get in a position to close this one out over Lucent? Close this round out. They're going to have a player down. They're looking to get regain control over their home hill, and yes, they will. But the question is, can they win off of 1? And I do believe that they can win off of 1.
Yeah, Spacestation Gaming, you know, with a glimpse of glimmer.
He has to make the big play, but he's full ran. He gets called out, and he goes down as well. I feel like Reaction thought about why button him there. He said, can I? He kind of stood on his body, but it was a millisecond. I felt his energy. He's like, do I want to why button him? We kind of got this round in the bag. Do I want to show the BM? He says, nah, I'm just clean it up, get a quick meat shield.
So Blaze, that block over by Pumping Station, I'm guessing that's to outdo any counters for a boom shot push that we might see if they drop it right here.
Yeah. It's gonna come.
I feel like Blaze now. I called it right. I feel good about it.
You
I'm learning.
You gotta just understand these. When you cast these teams so much,
you learn a lot about them.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a part of every single one of these teams that we have been playing on the circuit. I'm the 6th man.
Hey, listen, if you need any Gears of War info, Blaze, the Gears of War consultant, he knows it all. But this is what we know Spacestation Gaming for. The boom on pit is their bread and butter, and we're going to be on board with Phelpsy. 3 kills and 1 down. He's going to look to extend that. He gets the back 8, gets 1 kill, taking out Fractures. Full red, but he doesn't care. He's going to offer another shot before going back and cover. But
that's 3 kills in the pit.
Out 3.
He's got the last 2. They're looking for the boom. Not picked up just yet.
What's happening?
There we go. Let me get my timer out.
Get the strap. Get the boom shot. All right, Cougars with the boom shot now. Plays can be made. Phelpsy gets taken out. Lucent Esports once again in a favorable position. Power weapon, map control, and numbers all on their end. Zorko offers the elbow, picks up Krim. They're going to go on Blaze, try to get a 2-to-1 hill lead.
So the one, when you pick up the boom early on, especially in these earlier rounds, it's difficult to get the transition for a trip cat because your team is so spread out along the other areas of the map. The only way in which you can kind of effectively do it is that you need to make sure you cap your home hill, and that player capping a home hill needs to make sure nobody gets behind you. Also, that player needs to put themselves in a position to kind of cap that B hill as well.
Yeah.
And hopefully, also you need to account for the rest of your team on the other end of the map when in the fight for the boom shot, and just their main focus at that point just being their opponent's home hill.
All right. With the smoke thrown, Jack is looking to put out damage.
He's coming out of nowhere.
1v3. He's trying to pick out a 1v1. Praise is taken out by Lucent, but Jack fighting back, gets 1 down. This is what makes him so good, ladies and gentlemen. He's able to extend fights and extend rounds by staying alive as long as possible while taking a kill with him. But Hydro got his first kill, ran away, wasn't greedy. Phelpsy came in and helped him out, but with the 1v1 in front of him, he zooms in, gets chunked by Fractures. 7 kills, putting in work at the moment. So, Lucent Esports, they had the boom shot, they had the lead. Let's see if they can go ahead and continue this, now being down 1-2 in hill caps.
All right, now the timer for that new boom coming up, both teams is going to have to make sure that they focus on it. And that's going to end up being 21 seconds until it comes up. At this point, it's probably about 18. But now, Spacestation, Lucent needs to worry about not getting trip cap. That needs to be their main focus. But if they get this kill, I would almost say that they should be able to 100% get boom. I think somebody's in the area of boom shot. Jack.
There we go.
Fight against Fractures. He's getting pressure. And he's going to fall. So now, Cougars going in their hands.
With the boom shot. Cog domination denied, but you know, Lucent Esports are still in it with the boom shot and 3 players live. They're able to save their hill if they get there fast enough. On a 1v1 was won by Physics. Krim was unable to cap the opposing home hill. So, Cougars and Co, they're going to move in to capture the neutral hill with the boom shot in hand. And Blaze, this is where Lucent Esports can go ahead and win their third round of the map that they play.
This player can't go down. In Physics, I do believe he should be able to cap though. Don't worry. He got some help from Fractures now. He should be able to cap this hill, but as I say that again, he has more pressure. You got Jack. He's in the mix. He's taking a lot of damage, but the hill will finally get capped up for Lucent. Now, they need to kind of control his map control. And I remember, you know, last year I actually did a breakdown on the teleprompter in the same exact situation on how to kind of hold this hill, especially in this power position. I think Lucent can win off 2. They're not exactly sure. They're trying to decide, do we need to decap that home hill? I think they're going to put bank on them winning off of 2 and just defend this one, because they see the way that Spacestation is up. With that decap, that could have did it. Off the back end.
Oh, he gets the chunk.
Oh,
going
that was,
Jack.
Wow.
Spacestation killing everybody in their path to go ahead and get the triple cap. And there you have it. Spacestation Gaming picks up their first round in this map, and they're going to look to fight back, Blaze. You know, if Lucent Esports went up 3-0, I would have said, you know, chances was going to be highly in their favor to go ahead and win this map. But you can't allow Spacestation Gaming, you know, to keep up, because Spacestation Gaming, you know, they win one round. They're a team that's built off of momentum. If you keep letting them, you know, take an inch, they're going to go further. Excuse me, they're going to go further and further. So, taking a look at this next drop, we're probably going to see a nade of some sort. There we go, the frag nades down on the platform. So we're going to see another fight there. X down at pumping station. So all of your fights are going to happen in one part of the map. It's going to be pretty fun to see. So the initial kills are going to be very important. And this is something that Spacestation Gaming does better than mostly anybody in the scene.
Yeah, it really is. Especially so, yeah, as you say, the main focus is going to be in this area of the map. You're going to see both teams choosing not to cap the home hill. They know this is the most important thing. Felty gets boom. He gets out into a safe spot. He has the boom in hand. 3 quick kills going in favor of Spacestation Gaming. Physics, he finds one, but he dies.
Down!
Craze is going to go down as well. The question is, overhead map. The question is, how far? They're debating which hill are you going to? All right, so they're going to have a player on each hill. They can possibly get it done.
This is it.
They should be able to. It's up to Zorko. Yep, and the boom got to the 8 hill. That's all you need. You just need three players alive towards the end of all those engagements, and you have plenty enough time to branch out and get all 3 hills, especially if you still have that boom shot, and that boom shot's going to be watching a home hill as well. That guy can easily take a 1v2 on. Sorry, now let's see what they want to put down. Ooh, that's the secondary spots is definitely going to be the next on the list. Hammer burst, yeah, that seems acceptable, and that's exactly what we got. So hammer burst down. Let's see what both these teams want to do with it. But so far, over these last 2 rounds, since that boom has been placed, you see Spacestation Gaming in full form.
Came right back up. Like I said, you can't let this team catch momentum because they do it better than anybody else out there. Krim on top for his team, definitely putting in work, but his team is a unit on fire, tying the series up 2-2 on this map. So when the team gets the first in this initial push, Hydrone, first here and cover, offers some shots. Nothing done yet. All right, there he goes. He gets a headshot. Now 3 down for Lucent Esports, and the boom shot in Hydrone's hands. This is what they do best. Hydrone is going to know to be aggressive with his team. As they push throughout the map, they're just going to completely wipe this Lucent Esports team when he won't play alive. Cougars gets taken down, killed. Now with the boom shot and all players just about in the opposing hill. Hey, boy, they didn't capture the hill.
Now, they didn't get the other hill just yet. But as you're going to see, you're going to have 2 more kills kind of going in their favor, looking for 1 more. There you go. And the boom is going to be able to connect. It connects with the second as well, and there you go. Spacestation Gaming 3 rounds in a row. You see them just playing super comfortable with that boom down. You know, at that point, it's just, you know, it's just going with the flow. You know, all these players know what their roles are. They know what their jobs are. They played this fight so many times, and you can just see how dominant they are at it. But if you're on the other flip side for Lucent, this is what you want, right? This is what you want out of Spacestation Gaming. If I'm Lucent in a 2K, hey, I want Spacestation Gaming to mop the floor with me. If this is their best strat, if this is their best map, if they beat some of the top NA teams on this map based off their strategy, like I said, I want to play my opponents at their best, especially when it's not a lot on the line.
There we go. It's practice.
You know, it really is good practice.
Exactly. All right. Now Hydro meeting Kubik in a 1v1. It takes him out with the quickness. Phelpsy picks up the frag nades. No hills captured yet, but the first kill goes to Spacestation Gaming. They're going to look more with the boom shot still down. No one has it yet, but Spacestation Gaming looks to pick it up. Hydro takes out Zorko's reaction. Fractures taken out right after that. Physics, the last man alive for his team, and there you have it. Hydro picks up the boom shot, and we're going to see the same play yet again, just like last map. Boom shot in the hands, and the domination counter is timing down. Space Station Gaming Blaze.
Just quick rounds after that.
Fast.
Quick rounds, they controlled it. You know, you just see how comfortable they are.
Last 2 rounds are less than 2 minutes.
It's gonna be difficult.
Yeah.
For Lucent to come back in this one, because now Space Station Gaming, they get in that striking distance of getting to that match point. We saw Lucent try to make a valiant comeback from 6-1. If they're down from 6-2, yeah, the odds are a lot higher, actually.
Yeah.
Just because we've actually seen a few teams come back from 6-2, but you know.
With this boom shot strat, it looks like Lucent hasn't had much practice. Cougars, he's been at 16 kills for what, the past 2-3 rounds. So ever since the boom shot has really been down, Space Station Gaming has just been slaughtering Lucent Esports to where their top player isn't even able to get kills anymore. So reaction, the home player for this team, we're gonna see him be a bit aggressive, but Phelpsy gets taken out first. It's the first blood. Cougars getting his 17th kill. I'm pretty sure you heard me. But there you have it. Space Station Gaming, 3 swift kills, taking out Cougars, Fraction, Physics. Hell yeah. Alright, here goes the fight with Neutral Hill. There's a 2v1. Space Age Gaming playing it kind of smart, keeping her spacing right. Zorko's unable to get a clutch. Krim takes him out. And with the pistol work, Hydro is going to support for his teammates across the map.
Alright, so you see reaction. He's going to start having that angle inwards, but both these teams, especially without no power weapons being on the map, if you want to slow play this, you can.
Yeah.
You 100% can kind of slow play this round a little bit to get yourself in a good position, but it just seems like, you know, because Space Station Gaming has so much control off the other end of the map, Reaction is telling his team, like, hey, you guys can get that, you guys can break it, just kind of work together. He's calling out the numbers, and I know Reaction really wants to be in this fight on the other end of the map, and I think now he's kind of fed up, and he's like, you know what, I'm just going over there towards that platform, see if I can help Cougars out, and he finally gets into the fight, but I think he's going to go down right away. Actually, that's not. Is that gonna be him? Yeah, he's gonna fall. He took the fight over there towards Baby Stairs.
Nice 1v1.
And as soon as he went down, that home hill was open. Space Station Gaming recognized that, and they start putting pressure on that home hill. And now Physics, he's in a difficult position. He finds one looking for the back aim. He's just being annoying, just trying to put out that damage so reinforcements can come, and reinforcements are there. And now they're looking to kind of push out this pumping station.
Where's the Lucent Esports at that we saw at the beginning of this map, Blaze? The Lucent Esports that were up 2-0 and wasn't even having it from Space Age Gaming. The Lucent Esports that were able to win the initials convincingly and force the wins. It seems like they disappeared. Space Age Gaming has done a phenomenal job coming back up, leading the score 4-2 with the 1-0 map count. And with the 2-1 hill lead, well, that's not going to be enough for Lucent Esports.
And I think I give more credit to Space Station because their first weapon block was blocking up top pumping.
It was premeditated.
That was the first thing that they did. Now, I felt like, so it kind of worked out both ways because Lucent, if they were stronger on this area, and Lucent actually wanted to fight on this side of the map, Space Station blocked it, but also they made sure that they played it closer towards their play style. Yeah. And it just shows that the high levels, those early weapon placements will dictate the flow of the entire match from that point. Correct. And Space Station Gaming showed it flawlessly. They got the boom down early, they got the block on a map like this, two very influential weapon placements. They haven't lost since, right? Yeah. And they're looking to close this round out as well. They can win off of 1. They're looking to hold 2. That's exactly what they're gonna do. And now we'll see what Zorko's about to do.
I mean, it's really that's what Lucent Esports to do with the 2-1 hill lead. I mean, the round is won. Space Station Gaming, they're gonna win their 5th round so far in this map. But Lucent Esports, you're gonna have to sit down and wonder what's happening right now. What's happening with the initials, the weapon drops? Are we playing this right? Yes, the first 2 rounds, we led the charge. We were able to, dictate the way the game was played. But now it's just the Space Station.
I used to always tell people, man, I said, hey, if I was like, playing in some high pressure situations, I know it's risky, but in a maximum of 13 rounds, I literally would throw rounds 1 and 7 just to get the first weapon placement. Because on a map like this, it's everything. Yeah. I lose round 1. Oh, I'm just gonna I'm putting something down low right
Your
off the rip.
weapon goes
You know, I'm
down.
putting my team's weapon. I'm putting what makes my team good. And now it's different with different teams because if you have a, let's say, if you have an Optic versus Space Station, both of them like a bullfight, you just know it's going down right away. So at that point, you start prioritizing the other weapon placements, like the double support weapons or the platform, right? Because you know that you guys got the same playstyle, so different weapon selections are a little bit more important based off the teams and what you're playing. But on a team like this, where it's a clear advantage, 100%. Yo, you can have round one. I just want the boom. That's a win for me, right?
Right. All right. 2 down for Lucent Esports, fighting back to try to win the 3rd round so far.
Reaction. This was like cool story, bro.
I mean, he's looking like the better Jack so far. Most definitely. Krim going for the kill, and Jack just wiping everybody in his way, picking up kill after kill. Spacestation Gaming with control of the power level. Did they pick up the drop shot yet? No, they haven't had time. Krim full red, but Hydro goes in, picks up the kill that Krim was able to get the down for, and there you have it. Power weapon picked up in favor of Spacestation Gaming, and this is where the aggression starts.
3 more drops in that chamber as well. A lot of utility, and also this is going to work out well because that drop you can just shoot right on through and get easy angles in that truck. But you see Jack, he's rushing him. He's going to lose the weapon as well, and he's going to lose the advantage for his team. He has to understand his position and what his role is with that drop shot. Sometimes his role is to not to be that aggressor, right? Sometimes you got to ask yourself, is this shot worth it? What's going to come from this shot, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm pretty sure, Phelps probably caught him out in that play and say, hey, you just need to be patient. You can't be losing those drops in that type of situation. And when he goes back and watches this one, he's probably already scratching his head, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I could have been a little bit more patient. I should have just, let my teammates kind of lead the fight and dictate the fight. And I could just kind of play cleanup.
What do you think Lucent needs to be able to be on Spacestation Gaming's level? We saw what they did in the grand finals at the last LAN that they had over in Europe. But, I mean, Lucent Esports as a whole, it seems like they're always down against the team. They're never in the lead, really.
But that's the thing is, especially when in each one of these regions, right? And Optic Mexico, Optic Gaming, Space Station Gaming, those are the 3 teams in which lead and dominate their region. And when you're the leader, when you're number 1, a little bit of swagger comes from that as well, right? Some confidence comes from that. And you're going to have a 1-up against these other teams because you are the best, right? And, right here, by Space Station Gaming being the best, we're seeing that in play, but we're also, just seeing how they can just kind of dictate these rounds a little bit, They are going to have a slight advantage in this one.
All right.
It's a slight mental advantage.
And with the ring around the rosy, looking at Krim in a 1v1, stalled out to just about a minute now. Krim wants to fight, he gets pushed, and finally gets taken up by Zorkos. Zorkos with the aggression, picking up his 9th kill. Looking to get more, let's see if he can go ahead and win this. No, with 2 lances on him in a 1v1, he was unable to be successful. Jack takes his shot and it takes his legs out. 17 kills, 13 down. Jack has definitely been playing well. He's proving the doubters wrong. He's letting everybody know, listen, Marsh may have left this team, and I've had big shoes to fill. But I'm going to create my own lane. I'm going to let everyone know that I am my own player, and I bring something more to this team than, possibly Marsh. And in San Diego, we're going to see if the Space Station Gaming roster can hold up against the likes of Echobox and Optic Gaming as well. Something that I'm definitely looking forward to.
All right, now, let's see. You're going to have Jack. He's going to be moving back a little bit. Space Station Gaming, they get to match point just off of 1 hill. If the FL is decapped at 207, it is going to be a Space Station Gaming win in this round. And they do reach match point 6 rounds in a row. And you see the early 2 weapon placements in their favor, gearing it towards their play style, the mental edge in which they have, the confidence on this map. They just pull away with it 6 straight rounds, and Lucent has not had a single answer. And now this is where we start to see all these teams do. It's the desperation move. It's splitting these power weapons, a big powerful power weapon on one end of the map, a big one on the other, to kind of split the team fight from having a big 5v5 super fight on top of this platform compared to, having 2 fight top and 3 fight down low, or 2 fight down low and 1 kind of rotating through mid-map.
All right, the drop shot down in the boom shot on the other end of the pumping station. Let's take a look and see which team comes out on top. Space Station Gaming, they need 1 more round to go off with a 2-0 win in this 2K Finals for Europe. but on board with Hydra on 23 kills. He's been getting the majority of the first bloods here, but offering shotgun shots. He's going to be a little bit aggressive in physics. Yes, there he goes. And with the teamwork, Jack comes over the flank and he gets it down. Power weapon going to be in Hydron's favor. He picks up the drop shot. 5 down for Lucent Esports.
And with both power weapons and both explosive power weapons in the hand of Spacestation Gaming, this round just kind of turned out to be super califragilistic explosion.
All right, where are you getting these words from, Blaze?
That was the hardest. That was the hardest one on my list.
Say it again.
Okay, and I love COD couple a lot. When our best Gears couple is out there, but they hit me with a big one. Super califragilistic exploitation. Explodocious. I don't know. Okay, that's the hardest word that has ever came out of my mouth. But I feel like it was acceptable having them both a drop shot and a boom shot in one round.
It was pretty nice. In case you guys didn't know, Blaze and we asked Twitter to give us the word of the day. So if you want to give Blaze a word of the day, go ahead, tweet him.
Any word or phrase.
We're gonna make it happen.
I've been finding clever ways to just fit it in the cast. We've said a lot of interesting things, and if you guys have not noticed, that means I have been doing a very good job, but that last one would have been easy. You would have been like, what the hell is he talking about?
All right. But, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Congratulations to Spacestation Gaming with their 2-0 win over Lucent.
Yeah.
But Lucent, a team that's, fairly new.
Yeah, and